Hi, thanks for tuning in. My name's Chess. This is the Scapegoat Club. And in this video, I wanted to talk about how a parent who is estranged from their adult child can reconnect. Hi folks, thanks for tuning in. And as I said, in this video I want to talk about how it is possible to reconnect with an adult child who has estranged their parent or parents. And just to be very clear, I am estranged from my parents, and this is my opinion from my experience and from talking to a lot of people who are estranged from their parents, and also a lot of estranged parents themselves. I think this video is going to be quite difficult if you are an estranged parent, and I mean it in the spirit of honestly wanting to help. And I wish that I could get this message across to my parents. However, it is just my opinion, and if you don't like my opinion, that's fine. The one thing I will ask is that if you don't like the video, you just move on, or if you have a specific comment on the content, I would love to hear it. However, I don't want to hear blanket statements about what a horrible person I am, because that's not okay. So, from what I've seen from the estrangement, from both sides, from the parent side and from the adult child side, is there is just so much hurt and so much grief. It's a really, really deep wound. So if you are the estranged parent, then I see 3 really fundamental steps that could help bring you towards that reconciliation. Estrangement can look a lot different from a case to case. And obviously I don't know all about every single case, but this is just a general theme that I see happening. So I think the first step in the estrangement piece is, as a parent, is to recognize the extreme, deep hurt that this is causing. And I've seen a lot of people express that as anger and rage and a lot of hurtful feelings towards the child. And so I think the key thing is to recognize that hurt and recognize what a deep wound it is, and then to sit and explore that. Because I think the hurt is so deep because it comes back maybe to a fear of abandonment by their child, that real deep loss, that relationship that they really thought, or you as a parent, you really think you're going to have with your child for the rest of your life. To have that go, to have that be taken away from you, must be incredibly, incredibly hurtful and scary, maybe even terrifying if you're later in life and you feel like you now have to face that later part of your life alone. That's really strong and really scary. And acknowledging that fear inside of you, I think, is the first thing. The second thing is, as I alluded, is to not take that fear and rage and terror out on your child. Yes, it is real for you and you need to acknowledge it, but taking it out on your child is not fair, and it's not going to help. And I can imagine now people are watching, if you're still watching this, are going, damn you, Jess. But the whole point is, I'm mad at my kid because if they hadn't left, if they hadn't abandoned me, if they hadn't been so selfish, if they hadn't done this, I wouldn't be feeling the way I'm feeling. Okay. But here's the thing. Your child has gone. They have left. They have figured out that even though it is so hard and it is so hurtful for them as well, it's very hard for them as well, because this bond, this parent-child bond, is huge. But they have figured out that they have to leave and that they can. So they have gone. So yelling and screaming and raging and being angry and doing all those things, telling them they're selfish, that they're a terrible generation, that they just don't understand, that's not going to bring them back. Will it make you feel better? Maybe. But it's not going to help the situation. And honestly, my honest opinion is, are you really going to feel better? Take a look. Take a look at that hurt and fear and figure that out. You're like, okay, Jess, you're not helping. You've just told me my kid has left me. What is the point? The point is, the step 3 is you need to take that pain and that fear and that anger, and you need to work on that yourself. And it's tough love, but working on that, figuring that out, figuring out where all that anger is, where all this fear is, where all this hurt is. Maybe it's shame. Maybe it's a shame that your kid has left you, and what does that make you? These are all really, really horrible, difficult, dark subjects. But here's the thing, if we don't look at them and we don't acknowledge them, we can't even start to see them for what they are and start to heal them. Because I honestly, truly believe that there is a way forward with reconciliation. And I think that way is to take the pain and the hurt out of the equation. And if you want to reconcile with your kid, who is now no longer a kid, that's the thing, they're an adult. They've figured this out and they're figuring out their own stuff. And you need to meet them there so you can forge a new relationship. And that new relationship needs to have something in there for your child to want. There needs to be something in it, and not just obligation and fear or responding to some kind of blackmail or expectation. The relationship needs to be based on trust and communication and respect. From what I've gained from a lot of other people who are estranged from their parents, we don't wish hurt and pain on our parents. We wish actually a lot of love and happiness, because, again, speaking for me, if my parents were happy and joyous, then I think maybe we could have a relationship again. Or maybe not even happy and joyous, but maybe if they just weren't so caught up in the hurt and the pain and the obligations. Take that out of the equation. Give us a reason to come back into the relationship. And what do we want from any relationship? We want to be heard. We want to have fun. We want support. We want companionship. All of those things. We're all open to those things. And I think that people who have good and successful relationships with their families as they grow older They see that the relationships contain all those things, and they evolve and they grow, and that adult, child, parent, son, daughter, those stereotypes fade as things get older. Yeah, there's always going to be a bit of a parent-child dynamic, but it becomes more a friendship of equals and of sharing of experiences and of just helping each other out. And I think that if that is something that you can get to and you can offer your child, wouldn't that be a wonderful relationship for you too? I think it's a win-win for everybody. I do realise that this is a very difficult subject, and if you are a parent who's estranged from your child, then I hope you can treat yourself with some care, but please take this video for what I hope it to be, which is coming from a place of trying to help. And if you are a child who is estranged from your parent and you're thinking about estrangement, I would echo that in the same way, and as I'm echoing it to myself, that if I wanted to have any kind of reconciliation, it would need to be on those terms, on the terms of having a positive, supporting, maybe even a loving relationship. And that's what I need, but I'm not going to respond to blackmail, to hurt, to lashing out, to rage, to pressure from other family members. That's not healthy. It's not going to happen. So at this point in my videos, I always ask for comments and feedback. I'm in two minds about this because I realize that I am now speaking a lot more to estranged parents in this video, and I realize that I've had so much pushback and real hatred from some parents, and I guess I just want to say, if that's what you're feeling right now and you really want to write that comment, I wonder why, and I wonder if you could question why. Thank you so much for being here. Please take care of yourselves. And I've said it before, but estrangement is really, really hard. It's a real loss. So if you are able to seek professional help on this one, I really think it's worth it. Please take care, everybody. Bye for now.